Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at Dedenne in the Open Great League, and maybe this is my legend team. Who knows? We're going to see here today. Definitely my run that is going to get me very close to legend, or maybe to legend. We will see here today. Anyway, we're going to have here a team around Dedenne. Why Dedenne? Because I was looking at the meta and I was thinking, which Pokemon can break the most amount of leads currently? I didn't do like any table yet, which I kind of want to do for maybe the next video about the team that I'm going to do, where I'm going to try to actually take a look at all the teams that I faced and try to figure out the best team possible. But I was seeing a lot of Empoleon, a lot of Skarmory, a lot of Dragon type Pokemon in the lead, a lot of like Water type Pokemon in the lead, and all of them getting completely wrecked by Dedenne. And this is like the cool thing about this team and about this Pokemon. The current meta is really good for Dedenne. Like literally one of the best meta breaker. Here in the first battle we already saw that Dragonite in the lead, which of course needed to swap out against it as well. But there were so many Dragon types against me. I won most of the leads with this team as well, which is kind of cool. The issue is with Dedenne, it is not very bulky. Thundershock barely does any damage, Discharge barely does any damage, Play Rough is not a great move either, like it's fine, but like moveset and stat-wise it is just okay. It's just the typing itself that kind of pushes it a little bit higher up there. So if there would have been an electric and fairy type Pokemon that has a little bit of better stats or moves, this would be definitely top tier meta, but maybe in the future this Pokemon gets like something like Electro Web or something I think it could learn, which would be an Icy Wind clone as an electric type move, which I would like to see on this Pokemon, especially because it is not really a bulky Pokemon, and still you're going to be able to win this first battle here. So I would like to see some artificial bulk in general for electric type Pokemon. Electric types are kind of struggling other than like Charger Bug. And so I would like to see Electroweb as a charge move in the game. I already said this like several times. I really would think that would be kind of cool for all those electric type Pokemon. Because right now we have so many flying type Pokemon, but still electric types are nearly nowhere to be seen. Here we're going to have a great matchup again. We're going to have another Dragon type against us in the lead. We can go for one bait, get the player off, and we have now a 2-shield advantage against the opponent, which is quite ridiculous. But we can swap out now into the Feraligatr. I would be able to get the Hydro Cannon off in time before they can go for a charge move. But I know it would not knock them out from this range, so for me, the best play to go for is just to double up on the Hydro Cannon and then just go for it, because I think this should send them down there, and we should be able to come out of this matchup with a shield and an energy advantage, while the opponent has switched advantage with their Whiscash here. That's fine, we can catch the move, get wrecked there. Mud Bomb going to be double resisted onto our Mantine, and we're looking in a very decent spot here. Let's see what the opponent going to try to do here. Do they try to catch as well? Yes, they do. Try to catch on that Skarmory, which I expected that they would have that in the back, because Dragonair, Skarmory, and Whiscash is like a team that has been around for like 3-4 seasons. And honestly, hopefully not anymore for the next season, but we have to see on how that's gonna go in terms of what kind of changes the next season gonna bring. I'm really excited for next season, by the way. Also, as I said already in a video before, now in half of the battles I have the new version of the game in where we don't have frame drops anymore. Frame drops are definitely way better in the new version, so if you can upgrade already, Android can always upgrade. If you don't have it in the Android store yet, you can also get the APK online for it, but yeah, for the iOS people, hopefully you're gonna have the update soon as well, if that still impacts you. But definitely the new update changes a lot for the frame drops, which is kind of cool at least. It still doesn't make the game way more, I don't know, smoother or something like this either though. Like it's not like that the game all of a sudden plays like perfectly out. Like I had a lot of times where I still lost some turns when the opponent tried to go for their fast moves and just like kind of lagged or whatever. But frame drops in general are definitely better than the new version. Now I played a little bit more with it, and I definitely can confirm that the new version definitely helps out the gameplay a little bit more, which is cool. So definitely for you showed there as well, feel free to download the new version if you haven't had this one yet, because it is definitely worth it. Anyway, Altaria here against us, going to be a Pokemon that we're going to be able to go for the full farm down against them, as well as they're going to swap out into their own Feraligatr, which I did not really like. Here's one issue that I have with my Feraligatr. You see it on the right side? It has exactly like 0 attack, and that means we're always going to lose CMP time, and that means we are not really in a great spot here right now. as the opponent is going to be able to go ahead and knock me out. I can still try to go into my Mantine, but it's not looking too good. We can at least take a crunch here, get the knockout against him. I definitely still had some more energy left as well, so I'd rather go straight for it. And what we're gonna see as well is that the opponent is gonna go into their Whiscash again. Not a great matchup for them. The only way of winning this battle here is for them to catch a move most likely later on from my Dedenne, because Dedenne is going to have a lot of energy already still. We can go for the aerial A spam here. Yes, Water Pulse will have done a lot of damage as well, but they still have a shield, and so I'd rather go for the spammier moveset compared to the harder hitting move there, as the opponent's still gonna let the move go through. At the end of the day, I think it's kind of the same anyway. We can let the next move go through here. It's going to be that Scald, as we can reach out for that aerial ace to knock them out, or get the final shield, more likely to get the final shield here to be fair. And as you're gonna see, we're gonna be able to swap out into the Dedenne and try to go for the knockout, but it does not work out. The opponent can swap out, catch the move onto that Altaria with 1 HP, and this is going to win them the battle, because now they have too much energy for me. They have one Mud Bomb here, they have another Mud Bomb afterwards as well, and so sadly it's going to be a loss here. Great play by the opponent. If they didn't catch the move, like, we would have definitely won this battle, but well played there. But still tie actually. Next opponent is a Pokemon here as well, like in the lead, that I don't really like to battle against. Like, this is a Pokemon that I really don't like to battle against. Vigoroth is kind of an awkward Pokemon for this team. Why? Our lead resist counter, all fine, right? But we don't have any fast move pressure. We pace to the exact same timing basically to our moves, and yeah, as you can see here, it's like kind of like hit or miss. Like, you're going to be able to still maybe win this if you use a shield here, but do I really want to use a shield? I don't think so. At least we're still going to be able to get at least like 3 fast moves in with our Feraligatr, which might be impactful for future matchups. Let's see what's coming in next. It's going to be a Germnaa, where we can try to get as much energy in as possible and then swap on to our Mantine, because Mantine is going to be a little bit bulkier than Feraligatr. Feraligatr only has resisted charge move pressure against the opponent. They're going to have a Gligar in the back, which is actually quite nice for me, because like this, we are going to be able to go for the aerial ace bait. Even if they're going to let the move go through, we should be kind of fine here, as we are gonna still do some nice damage. Water Pulse coming through. I think I still survive an aerial ace here from this range. Let's find out. We do, and so Water Pulse is going to be able to connect, and that is going to not get the knockout. And I was thinking, do I go for a charge move or not? And I should have went for one charge move, as they still had too much energy left here, and they can go for the aerial ace, forcing a shield from here. Now it's going to be quite a bit worse for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be able to go for the Tidal Cannon, and every time after like one fast move we should be able to go ahead and go for some Hydro Cannons here. This is going to be still very, very difficult. This is still going to be a very tough matchup. As you can see here, Hydro Cannon barely does any damage. Here's basically where the Shadow variant, I feel like, is going to be a bit better for Feraligatr, just because the fast move pressure is a little bit higher. But as you're gonna see, we're going to be able to go for another Hydro Cannon, and we're gonna get them low. Can we go for the full farm down? We can do that, and we're gonna be able to win this battle now. As you can see, we have another pulse set here with a 3-1-1 or the 1 draw, and we're gonna get up to 2,982. So, this set now gonna decide if we're gonna hit Legend or not. We need basically a 3 and 2 most likely. Like 3 and 2 can give you 18 points for sure. But it depends, of course, if you have like a lot of down pairs, so like people that have a low your rating, or up pairs where like people you have that are above your rating. If you beat people that are higher elo range, you get more elo yourself as well, which is cool. So that's kind of how you know. But anyway, we're going to be in a very tough spot here already in the beginning. We're going to have the Lickitung going up against us, going for the body slam against us instead of the power whip. Power whip would be super effective, and that's why we decided to use a shield here. Cool thing here though is that we're still going to be able to swap out into that Mantine, and look at what they have in the back. It's going to be that Alabama Snow, and that means the entire team kind of loses to our Mantine, which is going to be quite a lovely sight here. The opponent goes for a charge move here. I think it's going to be an energy boss. I decided to use a shield, and this would be a ton of damage, and so I definitely like that we use the shield here. In comes the Skeledirge. I just not gonna bait at all. I'm just gonna go straight for that Water Pulse, and that is a game goodbye there. So, one win down, but here we're going to have a horrible matchup in the lead. We're going to have the Trevenant against us. We can go for the Hydro Cannon. I know that the opponent going to let the move go through, but this is going to put them into range for Discharge. Going to put them into range for Farm Down with Shadow Claw. Going to put them into range for Farm Down with the Aerial Ace as well, or like the Wing Attack as well from my Mantine. And in comes a Tapu Fini. Here is one thing, Tapu Fini has to go for a Nature's Madness in order to knock me out. Nature's Madness can drop my defense, which is a little bit scary, but Nature's Madness takes a quite long time to get to. And so if I use a shield here, I can guarantee that I can get 2 more Hydro Cannons off, which I feel like is worth it at this point. And so I overfarm by quite a bit, and I can go for that double Hydro Cannon and knock out most likely that Tapu Fini, because I doubt that they would let this move like as they did, that they want to try to stay in there, but in comes now the Gligar, and I make a mistake here. I should have swapped out straight away into my Mantine. I should have not went for the charge move here at all. I should have just went straight away, because now I gave the opponent quite a lot of energy, and this energy can be quite awkward to deal with, I have to say, as we can go for the Aerial Ace bait. The opponent still has a shield left, not anymore. Now it's down to Mantine, and now it's down to Gligar, now it's down to that Dedenne, as he gonna try to go for the full farm down here. The opponent gonna put me now into range for that Aerial Ace, and they're actually going to be able to knock me out. They win the CMP tie. I think it's actually a very close matchup there with a CMP tie, but as you're gonna see here, sadly, they are going to be able to outspeed me as well. I needed to try to catch a move as well, but the switch clock wasn't up yet, and so I'm not going to be able to win this one. So it's a 1-1 so far. Great lead for the third battle here, which is going to be the Skarmory. They swap out into the Lickitung, which is a little bit more scary to deal with. But what we can do is we can go for one charge move and then swap out into our Mantine to guarantee alignment, which should be kind of the way to go. We should be kind of fine here, just going for double Aerial Ace, I think should be okay in order to knock them out. And what we will see here as well is that the opponent can go ahead and go for a charge move. It's going to be that Body Slam. We can take another one here for sure, which they're going to try to do as well, but they're going to basically be able to farm me down with the Skarmory afterwards, which can be quite difficult because, as said in the beginning as well, Dedenne is not the bulkiest Pokemon. Dedenne will still take some crazy damage actually from something like a Brave Bird. Anyway, we can still get to your Water Pulse, getting them into a range where one discharge should be enough to knock them out, so that's actually quite good for me. Like, honestly, that's a great thing to have, because now both even Hydro Cannon most likely after a little bit of fast move pressure, plus a discharge going to be both enough depending on what I'm gonna get to. They decided to go for the Brave Bird, doing a lot of damage, as you can see here, as I can go for that discharge against the opponents. Feraligatr, gonna get the shield guaranteed, get some damage onto them, and swap out into my own one. It is not going to be over yet. This is going to be a very tough matchup to still come back from, because at the end of the day, I have to shield up the moves here with my own Feraligatr. I have to hope that I somehow still get to another Hydro Cannon against that Skarmory. It is looking quite tough, as we're going to be able to go for another Hydro Cannon, and this is going to be able to get them low. And at this point, our only play is to fully farm them down, try to go for a double Hydro Cannon against that opponent's Skarmory. They can go for their own Hydro Cannon here as well, so many Hydro Cannons coming through, going straight for this, just to be sure. This is going to be able to actually connect against them as well, and with this, we're going to be able to win this battle. So it is down now to 2 battles where we have to win one of them. Horrible lead though already with the Deoxys here. Yes, we resist counter, but our backline really struggles against Deoxys. Like, yes, we have like Shadow Claw still on that Feraligatr. I guess like in the 2-shield snare or whatever, it would be kind of nice. But like in the position that we're currently in, I don't really like Deoxys at all. They swap out and they're gonna go into a Sableye, and honestly, I make a mistake. I make a mistake here in this battle. I should have swapped out straight away into my Feraligatr. I should have not even stayed in for a little bit. I should have just swapped out straight away. Why? Because Feraligatr needs 5 fast moves to get to 1 Hydro Cannon. The opponent's Sableye needs 6 fast moves for their first 2 foul plays, so we would be able to outspeed them, especially in the long run, and this would have been way better for us. But I make the mistake here of going into the Mantine, and as they are the Shadow variant, they are running Power Gem. Power Gem going to be a rock type move, being super effective against me. So like, this was a double bad play by me, and now I'm in a spot where I might be able to outspeed them still and knock them out with my discharge here, but they swap out into the Lickitung, and Lickitung is exactly the one Pokemon that I did not want to face anymore, because my best answer, the Mantine, is gonna be gone. My, what's called like my Dedenne here, is not going to have a great time, and my Feraligatr has guaranteed to take a Power Whip, which is also going to be super effective, and so we are in a spot where a comeback is basically impossible, and so it's all down to the final battle now. I guess like maybe I had a chance if I swapped out straight away into my Feraligatr, but even then I doubt that I actually had a really good chance of winning this battle. I think I still would have most likely lost this one. Here I still tried to do my best and knock them out, but like as you can see here, the opponent is still gonna be able to farm me down. We can move on to the final battle here. Scaffo99 already legend. I think I had this team as well, like one of the teams of them in the top team video recently. So this is, I don't think the team that they had in there, but this is going to be again a very tough matchup. We had a Pokemon lead that's kind of neutral, but you kind of want to swap out into your water type Pokemon if you have 2 of them. Anyway, we're gonna get out the opponent's Lickitung, which is okay, like that's fine. They're very likely gonna go for a Body Slam here, but I still have to kind of use a shield just in case, because I need to get the shield back from the opponent anyway. Which this is going to be definitely a Body Slam, and so I might be able to overfarm by a bit here, but I actually decided to go straight for the move, which I don't think was the right call. I should have went for a little bit more energy for sure, but it doesn't actually matter really. Like, I don't think it really matters. Maybe I could have got to the move here, but I doubt it. And honestly, as I said before in the beginning, Vigoroth is kind of the worst possible Pokemon I could encounter here as well, because it resists the Shadow Claw, because it has super effective coverage against my Manta, and because we don't have any false move pressure with our Dedenne. And so, sadly, while this was kind of a nice run, and we definitely climbed a bit with Dedenne, we are not going to be able to legend here today, because as you're gonna see, the opponent still has 2 shields left, that Vigoroth is just feasting, and yeah. Sadly, nobody gave me a free win. What the hell? How could they? I know, I saw actually people complaining about this, because I was like, oh my god, why does nobody give me a free win if they're legend already? I want to earn it myself. Like, that is totally fine if people play as good as they are against me. I want to earn legend, and that is fine if we are not going to be there yet. Maybe in the next video we're going to be able to do it. I'm still going to try my best here, by the way, in this battle, and try to get it kind of close like in the last one. I even undercharged here to get more fast move pressure in, but it doesn't really help me, and so yeah, good game there. Well played by Scaffo as well. The team was kind of impossible for me to win. I don't think there was a mistake in this battle, but as you're going to see here, sadly it's going to be a 2-3 in the final set, and so we're not going to be able to legend, but it is what it is. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.